All right, episode 4 in the Trench podcast with myself, Brian Wiggins, and Nara Wiggins, my beautiful wife, which I'm super stoked about. So, in this episode, we're going to talk about how our life changed in 30 days. And wow, it did change. And to be honest with you, I feel like we got rich in 30 days back then. I mean, wasn't it like that? All right, so let's jump into it. So if you're watching this podcast and you're wondering, can your life change in 30 days? Just 30 days. Can you get rich quick? You hear it all the time. You can't get rich quick. It's a scheme. You know, these guys are just selling a course. They're just selling this. They're just doing this. Like, it's almost a pipe dream, right? Like, nobody can get rich. It's like you have to win the lottery. What else? You have to inherit money. You have to sell your home. I don't know. You have to invest in crypto and it makes $1 trillion. So let's go back. Let's go back when we were living in Nashville, which we're living in Nashville again. And COVID happened, 2020, the pandemic. And I was going to school to be a videographer. And we were doing Uber, or I was doing Uber, I was doing Lyft. And I was a business owner, entrepreneur. I was telling people I was an influencer. Remember that? I'm an influencer. What's an influencer? Well, that's what I am. And I was doing Uber and I was telling people I'm an entrepreneur. You should, I don't even know. I just remember driving people and being like, I'm successful.
Oh, you were also doing a rideshare business.
So what I was talking about is I had private clients that I took, and I was calling it a business. It wasn't even a formed business. It didn't have the proper insurance at all. It didn't have the proper license. I was basically doing it under the table.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the truth. And the homeowners loved it because they were paying for a cheaper fare. So typically, you're going to charge $120 to take somebody to the airport, which is what I was doing, but I was charging $50 and they'd give me a tip. So I'd make $300-$400 a day, and it was awesome. I'm not going to lie. Those are the good old days, right? And I do remember so clearly. And I remember one of my clients reaching out to me because I made a post on social media and I said, I felt like a peasant. I felt like I was picking up all these rich people. They were successful, right? And here I am, this loser who's using my car and people are destroying it for $50, right?
Yep.
So COVID happened. And as you guys remember, if you don't remember, the Uber, the rideshare, the limo, that stuff came to a halt. It wiped us out.
Oh, yeah. It was terrible because nobody was using the services anymore.
Literally. And I guess looking back, I could have taken advantage of that, right? Being like, we super sanitize our car and, if you're looking for a private ride somewhere. But the truth is, for about 30 to 45 days, nobody was doing anything. They weren't traveling. They were staying in their home. The highways were empty. And when you're paycheck to paycheck, you can't wait 45 days for things to get better. So we had to pivot.
Tell people what happened with the pivot. How did you even come into contact with this type of business, which is what?
The service-based company, right? The service-based business. What a gold mine. So we were a part of House Call Pro, which, by the way, we use House Call Pro, and this is not sponsored, but if you're not using House Call Pro and you're in the service-based industry, you need to be. And if you drop a comment, I will send you my link, right? So we went to an event that was sponsored by House Call Pro, and I met a guy there. I'm not going to mention his name. We're going to call him John. So I met John, and he was this super country, hey, man, really Southern guy. And honestly, when I first met him, I was like, he was a leader of the group, and I was like, I could be a leader of this group. That's what I was thinking. But I was sitting there listening to what they were teaching. But I noticed that those guys were being so timid about sales, which, I come from a sales background. And I got to talking to him. I'm like, why are you not selling this? Why are you not selling this? Why are you not selling this? And then he's like, well, I want to be. And he jived with me. He's like, I love your energy. Let's go. And I said, so what do you do, man? He's like, I own a pressure washing company. I'm like, what does that mean, dude? Like you pressure wash people's driveways, because I've had some experience with pressure washers and none of them have been good. It's always been a painful experience. Water gets everywhere and you have to have this loud machine. And I'm like, I never would have thought anybody would pay you to do that. I'm like, you can't just do that yourself. I mean, everybody I know, you just grab a pressure washer, and if you need to pressure wash something, you just do it. So first of all, I was very intrigued how this guy was driving a brand new truck, how he was a leader of this, the House Call Pro, one of the meetups. Also,
how he had stayed in business up to that point. I think he was already in business for 8 years.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And he didn't, like, to be honest with you, from an outside in, he looked like somebody who wasn't doing well when he was speaking up there. He looked like a guy, like, let's be brutally honest, right? Everybody in that group was not successful. Mm-hmm. Like even the people in the chairs, they were all hustlers. Mm-hmm. So I kind of had this impression like this is just a hustler. He's up there. He's not making any money. He owns a pressure washing company. Well, when COVID happened, because that happened before COVID, I met this guy way before that, and he liked me, and I think everybody got a good impression of me, probably because of my background in the Marine Corps and all that. But I go out to his property because now I have to pivot, and I'm thinking I might get into pressure washing. So I wanted to go see what this was all about. So I go visit him, and he's washing a driveway. He's washing a deck, like I've never seen too, by the way. He's using equipment that I've never seen. I'm like, I've never seen this kind of setup. I didn't know you could have it on a fully mounted rig, and you had 150-foot hoses. And I said, well, how much did you make today? He's like, oh, we made about $6,000. I'm like, you made $6,000 today with this, with two vehicles like this? He's like, yeah, there's a guy over there doing this, and he's like, we're going to be done by like 4:00. I'm like, you made $6,000 by 4:00. That baffled me. Now, for those of you watching this, now I come from the solar industry where you're doing $40,000 projects and you're making $12,000, but it takes a while to make $12,000. You have to finish a project, mm-hmm. and the way you make money is you have 100 installs going. But to clear $6,000 in one day fast and get the paycheck the same day.
Yeah, it was just so interesting to get a quick turnaround because you were doing rideshare and all that stuff, which paid immediately. But you're paying paid $50 here, $50 there. And you're like, oh, you can do this in a day where I show up today and I can leave with, 2, 3, 4, $6,000. So and that was interesting.
Yeah.
Because it's quick jobs.
It's quick.
They get done in one day.
Fast, you get paid.
Yeah.
It was phenomenal, actually. I was like, wow, you're getting rich quick. He's getting rich quick. If you could just scale that thing, you'd get really rich. Mm-hmm. So I go back home and I'm like, okay. I locked myself in a room with a guy, partner at the time, because Nara didn't really want anything to do with what we were doing, right? You're just like, I've got my own stuff going on. Homeschooling.
Yeah, I was actually a doula at the time.
You were a doula.
Yeah, I was homeschooling Evelyn. I was working as a doula.
You were very busy, actually.
I was working my butt off. Yeah.
Like it was really picking up now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
I was doing birth, postpartum, all of that, which is, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I've been busy.
Yeah, you were doing like postpartum care. Mm-hmm. I remember that. So I locked myself in a room and I built Dude's Company, which was so outside of the box. And I didn't think, I'm going to give myself credit because it came from me. I didn't want to be like nobody else. I wanted to be different. I wanted to use the military. I wanted to be where we were known as a veteran company, but it wasn't obvious. It was like, we're like veterans pressure washing, Patriots washing, Semper Fidelis washing, exterior pros, or not exterior pros, exterior pressure washing this. I just wanted to be different. So Dude's Pressure Washing. That's what we ended up coming with. And we changed it to Dude's Company because we understood how to create products that scaled your business without having to get new clients. That's another video, right? So, dude, we started. So I got this guy that I met to give us equipment. We willed and dealed and negotiated and came up with some cool terms that he was excited about. I was excited about. And he gave me a pressure washer. He gave me an X-Jet. He gave me a 150-foot hose. And we used the van that we had.
And how did you start it? Because I think it's important to tell people, because you had to get jobs first before you can make this happen.
Rule number one, Don't ever get equipment, right? Get leads. And so what we did was me and this guy went out about 2 weeks and we told everybody that we were booked out, that we couldn't start the job, but we didn't tell them, hey, we're brand new. And, we just said we are booked out. And the first we could start these jobs is about a month. I think it was like 3 weeks. So we got about a week and a half worth of work on the books, ready to roll before we even did our first job. Mm-hmm. And here's what happened with that guy. So as COVID happened, I don't have an income. Me personally, I have zero income. He's truck driving, and his truck driving business takes a dump because they weren't delivering loads.
Yeah.
And it was the loads that he was delivering, which was auto parts. But he's going to collect unemployment, and it's going to be $900 a week. And I said, okay, you're going to collect $900 a week. I don't have income, so I'm going to collect $900 a week, and then we're going to put the money back into the business. He wasn't having that. He wanted, to be honest with you, he wanted all the money. He wanted me to start this business with him where he took all the money. And that guy is the same way today, honestly. So the day before we start our first job, this guy, he was in an apartment with us, next to us, and he broke his contract and just wildly moved out of his house, right? Wouldn't you explain it that way? Like, didn't give the apartment a notice, just left.
Yeah.
And then moved all of his stuff into a truck, and we were all sitting there like...
He was supposed to be doing this with you. And yeah, he decided to just no, I'm not doing it anymore.
Like, no closure. No, hey, man. Literally, it was just wild, right? It was just like, no, it wasn't tasteful. It was just like, this is what I'm doing. And he moved all his family out in 2 seconds and moved back to his area. Mm-hmm. The day that I'm supposed to start.
Yeah.
And what did I do? Started anyway. I was nervous. You guys want to know if I was nervous? I was nervous. I felt like I was unprepared. We didn't have shirts. We were broke. Mm-hmm. Like, we couldn't even afford the chemical to do the job. Barely that.
One, yeah.
Yeah.
And who was there doing the job with you?
Day one, Nara went out there to support her husband.
I had to show up.
And you did.
I did.
You needed it.
You needed it.
Do you remember the size of that deck so I did a deck wash and a driveway. It took me almost 3 hours to do a deck that's smaller than this room.
I mean, guys, he would just not stop pressure washing that thing. Like, I was like, when are you going to be done? Like, it's clean. He's like, it's not.
Oh, it's not good enough.
Yeah. You were just we had no idea.
No idea what we were doing. And the truth is actually you're like this too, but we're perfection. Everything has to be perfect. That deck was probably the cleanest. I don't even know if it probably ruined the deck, actually. We made that thing a different color, and it was high pressure.
Which is not what you're supposed to do.
No, honestly, you're supposed to use chemicals.
Yeah, a lot of people don't have the understanding on pressure washing. That's why they have such a hard time. And we have to understand that you have to actually do soft washing.
Soft washing.
And soft washing is the answer because it actually is what cleans actually the property, the deck, the driveway, and it doesn't damage anything.
Even the concrete is soft washing.
Yes.
Believe it or not. It's soft. Yeah.
But what changed in our lives when we started that business?
So that job paid like $900, I think. And we went from broke to having $900. Mm-hmm. And then the same day we went and did someone's driveway for $350. Mm-hmm. And then their neighbor wanted it $350. And then I think that was it for that day. So, we made $1,500 that day. Mm-hmm. I went from making $400 a day to $1,500. And then I landed a $2,500 deck job, and it was just house wash. And we made 30 grand our first month.
Yeah.
I'm like, we went from broke to 30 grand. And I was the only worker, so we made 30 grand.
Yeah. You're the only one doing all the jobs by yourself.
I remember too, I don't know if you're comfortable sharing this, but I remember me and you getting into like an argument or something, and I had to go be in a hotel.
Okay.
You remember that or not?
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
And I remember I can pay for a hotel. Right? It's like,
yeah, a nice guy. We had a fight and he just took himself to a hotel and decided to enjoy it.
Isn't that something?
Yeah. Nice.
No, I was like, really?
Really?
No, I was like, I'm going to go to a hotel.
Go to a hotel. He enjoyed a hotel for a night. Nice. It must have been nice.
I even remember picking up Evelyn, and she's staying with me, and she's like, hey, it's so bad. But I just remember being like, dude, me and you were like, we were broke, dude. And that was and then this whole, first of all, just it's so nerve-wracking starting a company and transacting money with homeowners, right? Like it's nerve-wracking. You have to do a good job. You have to make sure that you on point, and everything was breaking, right? The equipment was breaking. Like day one, the equipment broke. We had to go fix that, right?
Yeah.
You know,
the service-based business is a very unique business. You have to understand all the nuances that go into it. There's so much that you need to spend money on, equipment breaking, like you said, the all the solutions that you got to buy to the pressure washing. Yeah.
And it was hot. And the other thing too that I failed to mention, guys, I was completely out of shape. I mean, I was doing Uber, rideshare, and before that I was doing expediting in a van. That's why we had the van.
Yeah. It's true.
So I was not working out at all. I was sitting down all day.
You got to be very active in this business. Yeah. You ended up staying very active. You're moving nonstop.
Yeah. And I was doing it the hardest way. So I remember I painted a first deck and they wanted solid stain and they had solid stain on there already. And I sanded it all the way down to nothing. Perfect. I mean, perfect, flawless. It took me a week. And then I painted it with solid stain. How dumb. Just for you guys are out there, you already know you can just wash it and paint the solid stain right over the solid stain, and it's beautiful. Good
but
Lord.
What I love about it is that you had no business, started a business, and you did it anyway. That's kind of cool because I think like your friend, he was terrified to do that business because he didn't know anything about it. He didn't believe it. And he was sabotaging and came up with all the excuses as to why he shouldn't do it. And you just dove all the way in. You're like, I'm going to learn. The worst thing that can happen is that, I learned something new and it may work and it may not work, but why not? So you just started, learning so much. And you also, you did have a background of, again, with the solar business. Your dad is a what is your dad? It's not a carpenter.
He's a journeyman. He's a journeyman carpenter.
Yeah, there you go. So you do have your mind inclined to building things and doing things. So it's not like brand new to you.
And sales.
Yeah. And you had done sales and you had built a team before. So it was, but even though like you could have had a lot of excuses to why am I going to show up here by myself? I don't know what I'm doing. And you just did it anyway. You figure out like you took a day at a time and you're fixing the issues for that day. What do I need for today? I'm getting it. Can I take this money and buy more things for tomorrow? Yeah. And that's what you would do. Took that money. You're like, now I need this better equipment, this solution here. And we start putting right back into the business.
Yeah. And the truth is that most people like that we've experienced, they use that money and they act like they're employees.
Yeah.
And we didn't do that day one. We were constantly reinvesting into the business. We paid our bills. I think me and you, we paid our bills and everything else went into the business.
Everything else. Sure.
Like a big portion of it.
Yeah. What did we invest on in the business? I think that'll be good for people to know.
Well, we needed to quickly get ourselves away from that equipment that we pretty much borrowed.
Yeah.
So we had to reinvest, and then we had to streamline the process. So we had to get a soft wash machine, the one that actually sprays chemicals, and we had to get a different pressure washer, one that was mounted.
We got marketing material.
Yeah, we were running ads. We got like 10,000 flyers that we passed out. We passed out 10,000 flyers.
Who passed them out?
Me and Evelyn.
And me.
And you.
Oh my God.
And we did it. We passed out 10. No, I forgot to mention this. They messed up my order and they gave me 20,000.
Okay.
They gave me double. So we got 20,000 flyers. We passed out to this day, all of them.
Yeah.
How many people can say that? I really want to know. It's like you're out there and you're struggling in your business. Did you pass out 20,000 flyers?
Yeah.
Because we were busy.
Yeah.
And then, so what we did was this guy he was my mentor and I was on the phone with him every single day. He was a coach. Do you know that?
Yeah. Like
he didn't charge me, but he was helping me with the estimates. He was helping me with pricing. He was helping me with the equipment. He was, I would go to his town and he would show me how to do the jobs properly. And I was paying attention, but there was no excuse, right? Like I was learning every single day. And then when I was at home, was I watching Netflix or was I learning the methods?
Oh yeah. You're watching YouTube videos from people who are doing jobs. You're learning all the different techniques and you're constantly watching to learn more.
I mean, I felt like I supercharged my expertise in that field. And what's crazy about this too is I was coining things, like I was implementing things that other guys are using to this day.
Yeah, you kind of did your own thing.
Yeah.
Because especially explain that to people with soft washing. There's like a chemical lab thing going on.
I'll give an example. So when you're doing concrete, I figured out that if you put a roof mix on the concrete, if it's real bad, because the jobs we were getting back then were like jobs that people didn't clean their concrete for 15 years.
Yeah.
So if you take it and you blow dry all the dirt off, and then you soak it down with a roof mix, and then you start doing your house wash, by the time you come back to that concrete, it's almost dissolved. And then you do a quick pass. So you don't take your time. You don't go super slow. You go fast. You run the whole thing fast with the surface cleaner. And then when you're done with that, you rinse it off, hit it again with house wash mix, and then you go slow. And it was like an hour to clean a big driveway, an hour, which would take, somebody else 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah.
So we just sped up the process. But the thing is it didn't leave lines. It looked immaculate. It was like beyond clean. And then when it dried, it was like next. It was so bright that it would hurt your eyes. So those are like little things that I did to speed up the process. And I remember even doing a job with that guy where we ended up doing I would say we did like 25 homes inside of a neighborhood. And we were cleaning concrete, and that's what he saw that. He was like, everybody do this.
Yeah.
Like, do it. It's going 100 times faster.
Which is a good thing to bring up too, that you're collaborating with other people in the industry. Let's bring that up.
Oh, yeah.
If you got a job that you can fulfill all of it for whatever reason, or it would have been faster, and you share that job with other people. So talk about that.
Yeah, I'd find people that were like me, right? They were pretty much struggling in the industry. And instead of hiring new people and getting new equipment, we would just collab with someone like me who had equipment but needed the work.
And we share the profit.
Yeah. Actually, to be honest with you, I never really shared the profit what I did was I beat them up on the price, and I made them do it for almost nothing.
It's true. That's what everybody does too. If you have the job, you have the leverage.
Yeah.
So you just take somebody else, be like, that's what I'm willing to pay you. Will you take it? They can say yes or no.
Yeah. Like I'd get a Harley, like I got the Harley Davidson job, and it was like $12,000. And the guys would ask me, hey, what'd you get this job for? And I'd be like, oh man, they beat me up on the price. Unfortunately, I got it for like $5,000. And they'd be like, oh, okay. And I'd be like, yeah, that's what I got it for. And they'd be like, okay. And I'm like, can you do this wall? Can you do this section for $1,000? And they're like, yeah, okay, I'll do it this one time.
And the truth is, people are doing that with you as well.
Oh yeah, I knew it.
Like that guy was also doing this with you. He'll be, Brian, hey, I got the job only for this, man. I can only pay you this. Will you take it? You're like, sure.
Yeah, it's a game.
It's a game. It's part of it.
And at the end of the day, what you end up doing throughout that journey is you realize that integrity is the biggest thing that you could ever have, right? So you just you pretty much position your company where your company's doing all the work. And that's where we ended up growing to.
Exactly.
You no longer collab with people.
No, we don't do. Yeah. I mean, we've been through a long journey since that beginning to now. But tell people what changed in our life with that business, with like being owners of service-based business, being in the, it wasn't construction back then. I mean, we were doing more soft washing.
Yeah, it was exterior restoration.
Yeah.
Oh, someone's ringing the doorbell. I think it's probably a package. So,
what changed in our life?
Yeah. So hold on. I lost my train of thought. Oh, okay. So we were doing exterior restoration. So basically, if we washed a deck, we would stain it. If we washed the concrete, we would seal it. And then I think like every now and then a customer would be like, hey, can you paint my shutters? It's like, okay, I'll paint your shutters. Like I'll do a roof wash, house wash, concrete cleaning, and he wants some shutters painted. Okay, I'll paint your shutters because we're painting the deck.
Yeah.
And that'd be like a $3,000 job that we would do in one day.
And remember, like your mentor at this time, that's what he was doing. So that's how you kind of like pick back off of it. Like he wasn't doing restoration. He wasn't doing construction. He wasn't doing like nothing. He was just pretty much, it was like a little bit of painting, but mostly soft washing.
Yeah.
And then, which was fine. It got us going, but there was a moment in our business that things changed even better for us because you realized that you could do other jobs. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Well, I think the first thing that really pivoted for us that was a game changer was commercial. It was getting those commercial jobs. It's like, the time I fell off a roof, we had $30,000 in books for 1 week of work. And those commercial wash jobs, you can get them done in 1 week, 30 grand. And it's highly profitable. So it's like, yeah, you'll make 20 grand in a week.
Yeah.
And I think, what were you thinking that changed?
I was thinking like this. What changed in our life? We're doing Uber. Okay. You're doing rideshare. You got in the service-based industry. What changed for our family now that we were actually getting those jobs? Things were going. We're doing soft washing. We're making more money than we were making before.
Well, what I think was really cool was that service-based company fueled our lifestyle. Like, I got you a diesel truck, lariat loaded, and it was just a business expense. And all of our vehicles were business expense because you were in the business. So a lot of guys, their wife's not in the business, so they can't do that. But you were 100% in the business. So we were writing all that off. All of our trips were being wrote off, but we were being able to afford those trips because they were business expense. So it was almost like this business, where it opened up our lives, was that it was fueling our lifestyle, and it was being considered an expense instead of an income and a liability. So I think that's what me and you, and then we're like, hey, I want to go on vacation. So all I need to do is do like 4 more jobs, and then we have that money for vacation.
I mean, it was just so interesting how things could turn around so quickly in a business. Like, you can be like, this week I made like, $5,000. And then you can be next week is a $30,000 week.
Yep.
And then the next one, it can be 12, and the next one can be 40.
Yeah.
It was incredible. I don't think we were used to this. I don't think many people understand the service-based industry. Like, there were times that it was Friday, we had nothing on the books for next week. Nothing. And then, Saturday comes around,
6
and
jobs.
then we have 12 grand on the books for next week. Awesome. Let's go.
And it's actually, that's how it was for a long time.
Yeah, for a long time.
And the schedule was packed for that week, and then it was empty, and then it was packed, and then it was empty, and then it was packed.
And then seeing that money come in, more money than we had ever made before. And then, which at that time, I mean, pretty much you're doing the jobs on your own. So it was all to us. And then seeing how much we could put into expenses for the business, realizing that this is an expensive business and you could write a lot of things off. I think it was the first time that me and you started making, which I'm going to be honest, guys, it wasn't me, it was Brian. Like, at the first time when he first started doing this business, I did not understand anything about business. I did not have my mindset in the right place. So he was constantly trying to teach me and show me, like, Nara, see, you can use this as business expense. Like, that's why you build a business. You got to take this money, put it back in the business, because guess what? If we buy more marketing material, if we do more ads, we get more leads, we get things rolling. So he had to work to change it. I had a very much employee mindset. I didn't understand things. I had,
Sure.
So it was like, oh, okay. It was just so interesting to really be the business owner and be taking those measurements into the more that you spend in your business, the more you grow, the more your life become better, the more you can thrive better,
Oh yeah. I mean, the things you're talking about is instant gratification, and it's doing a job and getting paid where you're creating wealth. That's just all there is to it. That's the biggest difference. Is like, you're no longer working for a paycheck. You're creating wealth, and you're creating the vehicle that generates wealth. And the more you create that vehicle, the more wealth it brings you.
Yeah.
It's almost like, right now, at this very second, there's guys on jobs. There's operations guys getting things done, and we're sitting here shooting a podcast.
And guys, we've gone through a long journey. So this was the beginning of our journey as understanding the service-based business, jumping into it. And so we started as technicians. We were 100% technicians in our business. We didn't even understood that. We didn't know that you could start a business without being a technician.
And we thought we were entrepreneurs too.
Yes.
And we were far from it.
We were far from it. I think the first moment that things started to change, it was the second layer part of our business is when we started hiring people. So now, okay, Brian was no longer on the jobs, which was a big plus. But then we start hiring guys. Those guys are going to be the ones doing the job. I start hiring people in the office. It was still slow moves. You're still involved, but that's when we realized that we couldn't be like you were killing yourself on the job, and you realize that there was no way out. I think that's the biggest change. So most people who jump in the service-based business, they get so excited. They get the money. Like, dude, guess what? The more jobs I do, the more money I make. And the more money the more jobs I do on my own, the more money goes into my own pocket. I don't got to share this with nobody. And then you realize you're stuck. You're stuck to a job. You're stuck. Like, it's worse than being an employee because there's no way out. And if you don't kill yourself in that way, you're never getting yourself out of the situation, or your family needs money. So it becomes a cycle that you don't want to get in. And we realized we were going in that direction.
Oh, yeah.
And then we needed to change. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, you're the guy doing the job, but you're also the guy the homeowner's chewing out, right? Or not being satisfied for something. And then you're hiring a guy. And you, at that moment, you only hire people that are below you because it's the way it is. I don't know what to say. You always hire people that are less than you. They're less qualified, and you think no one can do the job better than you. And you're not willing to pay people more. So you pay them less, and you end up getting guys that are worth less. And they end up messing the jobs up. And you're like, crap, now you got to deal with the mess ups. So, there's a lot going on in the business.
It's very stressful too, to be the owner. It's so stressful to be dealing with that. You're showing up to estimates, you're writing up the estimates, you're sending the estimates, you're closing the deal, you're the one doing the job.
You show
you're the
up.
one collecting
They said, "Oh, you're the guy who sold the job." Yes, I'm also the owner. I'm also the guy, who's
give me my money.
Yeah, give me my money now.
Before I kill you.
Before I kill you. And that's actually, people felt that way with me. They're like, I better pay this guy.
And share with them the stories of the house wash when we did a house wash special. It's so funny.
Oh, dude, we did this. So there was a guy in Nashville. I'm going to be very brutally honest on this podcast. There was a guy in Nashville who was running an ad. It had 300 comments. It had 150 likes. He was running a house wash special. I copied that to the T. And those of you guys are out there, copy things that work.
Yeah.
There's no trademark. It's like integrity. It's like integrity what? No, it's like legally, integrity, everything. I did it all by the means. I mean, I copied it verbatim. He had a photo of him like next to a truck, and it was so master done. He didn't even realize it. It was so inviting. I did the same picture.
Yeah.
And it worked.
I don't think that he even knew what he was doing.
He didn't know what he was doing.
He didn't know. He was almost like, wow, this worked. And because he's such a visionary,
yes.
and you like, this worked. I can see why. And I'm going to do exactly like it. Like, why reinvent it?
And just so you guys know, that's what network marketing is. That's what all these people that are selling courses are. They're copying things that work. And
good.
Why would you reinvent the wheel?
Yes, you shouldn't.
And actually, if you want to get rich quick, like start a service-based business. Well, how many people are starting service? Well, don't copy the guy who started the service-based company. And
who's doing well.
Yeah, it's like, this is what everybody says who's in the game, and they don't want you to win.
Yeah.
So I ran this special, and we started getting the same reactions. People were booking.
Yeah.
What was cool is you didn't have to show up to the estimate. You
yes.
you removed that component
you
entirely.
Set a price. It's like, I will wash your house from this size to this size. That's how much it's going to cost you. And I just show up and do the job. It was a ridiculous cheap deal.
Yeah. But it got us known.
Yeah, it got us known.
But yeah, so the funny part is, I know I was talking about, is we were doing between 5 and 8 house washes a day.
No, here's the thing. Let me bring it up. I would ask you, how long is it going to take to wash this house? I don't know why you would always tell me a ridiculous short period. You would say, I'll wash this house in an hour. I'm like, an hour? Cool. So
I'm a book 8.
Freaking book 8 a day. Like, no problem. And it was never an hour. Like, it took you, maybe between 2 to 4 hours to wash a house, depending on the size. Okay, if it's a small one, you would go quick. But there were some big homes.
I pulled up to this house. It was like 5,500 square feet, and I had to climb on the roof to hit some of the house.
It was so big, and it was just so here I am. Brian's like, it would take me, go ahead and you can book. I'm like, okay. So I'm just sitting at home. I don't know. And look, I have no idea what it takes to wash a home. Like, I was with him on the first job. I'm like, okay, no idea. I don't want to know either. This is none of my business. So I'm like, I'm just booking the jobs. So I would put like 5 house washes in a day, and Brian would be sweating. He's like running from one house wash to the next,
have no
pissed
idea.
off.
I would show up, and I had a helper with me too at this time. And me and him would be sprinting. No, I'm not kidding you. We would sprint. I would say, you run that way, I run this way. we would run as fast as we could around that house. And I remember too, for the guys out there, this guy, I mean, he was a little bit slow. He wasn't like, I would walk.
The wrong place at the wrong time too, because it's like, boy, this is not the time to be slow.
Yeah. And I just, we were going 150 miles an hour.
I mean, I know. And you're like going from one place to the next, until you told me it stopped.
Yeah. This is,
I'm like, oh.
We had a guy, our mentor at the time. He was like, here's Nara booking 5 house washes and 7 decks in one day. It's like, you better get it done.
Excited too. I'm like, cool. And Brian's like, for the love of God.
Hey, this week you guys have 52 house washes and 3 deck stains. It's like, what?
Hey, the more the better. Let's go. The more I'm making a day, the better. You're like, hold on. I'm gonna die over here.
The truth is that he kind of was like impressed with us because we were banging the jobs out.
Other people couldn't.
No.
That's what it was. It was you.
That was me.
You, like, there's just one Brian, guys. Like, we have not been able to find another Brian ever since.
That's why
Never.
I think that's why I perfected the speed in this business. Like, okay, it's like this is all fun and games, but at the closer to the end of that business, we were staining 3 to 4 decks a week.
Yeah.
And so
you're fast.
Well, here's the thing too, is I have my helpers, right? They would show up to the job and prep the job. When I showed up, the guy who knew what he was doing, they put this sprayer in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
I would stain the deck in 45 minutes, the whole deck.
Yeah.
Be done.
Yeah.
We had it all perfected. And then I would hand them the hose and I would leave and they would clean it up.
Yeah.
And I'm going to the next job.
Yeah.
With hose in hand. Give me the hose, staining it, I'm out.
Yeah.
So, man, with speed is something that we perfected.
Correct.
We even got to a place where we were doing house washes where we had 2 systems. We had 3 systems on one unit. And we would do like a roof cleaning, house wash, concrete cleaning, deck wash. We had that thing dialed in. Mm-hmm. We could do that whole job in 2 hours.
Mm-hmm. So, Brian, going to this, obviously there's so much more we can talk about it, but what do you love about the service-based industry today? And what do you not like about the service-based business that you see around happening today?
Okay. What I like about the service-based company that we are in, which is exterior, everything's exterior. We don't do anything inside, is how masculine it is. It's so masculine. You're never inside, so you're never taking your shoes off. And it's with trucks, loud noises, and it's rough. It's fast. I like the speed. I'm a Marine. Let's hit the door.
You outdoors?
Outdoors. You're in the sun all day. Even when it's cold, even when it's hot, even when it's raining, you're outside. This is what it's like to be in the Marine Corps. 100%. And in the Marine Corps, we were never inside. We lived outside.
Yeah.
So I love that aspect of the company we're in. Mm-hmm. I love how it's turn and burn, meaning they called it a one-night stand in the Marine Corps where you hit it and you're out. Mm-hmm. And what that means is when you do a raid, you knock the door down, you take care of business, and you're out.
Yeah.
You're not.
Because it's different than like being on these people who are like on $100,000 project. They got to be there for 3 to 6 months.
Yeah. And you're with and guys, the homeowners get sick to their stomach. I mean, people get divorced because of construction work.
Yeah.
I mean, they really do.
And we're doing projects. What is the longest that the projects that we have?
I think today, some of our projects are 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah. That's the longest. But then you can do one in a day. 3 days. It's so quick.
Everything's quick. Mm-hmm. And we kind of morph a little bit with Charlie Company.
Obviously, we do way more than we ever did with the other business.
Yeah. And there's some things we're not doing with Charlie Company that we did with the other company that we will next year. Mm-hmm. But I get what you're saying. So what I love about that is you're operating. You're with teams. You're with guys. Like we smoke cigars on all the jobs because we're outside. Mm-hmm. Now, cigarettes we don't allow, which is so hypocritical, but we don't. You can't smoke cigarettes, but cigars. me and Steven are smoking cigars on every job. No one cares. I think it's different when you see a cigar than you see a cigarettes.
Yeah.
Or vaping. So none of those things.
Definitely not vaping.
And vaping and cigarettes. I'm starting to realize now that I'm speaking out loud. Like homeowners probably think these guys are like just leave them alone.
You guys don't care. They're like these guys. They look like they're Marines. Okay, just leave them alone.
And the truth is, I'm not really on jobs anymore. But that's what I love about it. What I hate about it with a passion is dealing with low level, low frequency. And most of your workers have low frequency. Homeowners have low frequency.
The broke homeowners. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Which
is the majority of everybody. I would say 90%. Some of our rich clients are definitely high frequency, and it's a breath to be around.
It's
like
amazing.
We have a client right now, man. He's always uses us. He loves the fact that we go fast. He's extremely picky, and he always tips us.
He pays so well, tips so well.
It's it's like I didn't ask for a tip. He just loves to do it. That's like one in a million, though. I feel like it's not really our clientele. Usually, we're always around somebody who wants a deal. I want a deal, and they need to have a deal.
Yeah, but we're striving for that to be our clientele.
Yeah. So what we're doing with our company today is we will morph where we have 100% rich clients. Like we're going to weed out all the broke people entirely, and that takes skill and that takes strategy, and we're gonna actually pull it off.
Yep.
But if you're asking me what I hate about the service-based company is the low frequency day in and day out, the low frequency phone calls, the salespeople complaining, the employees complaining, wanting to be you. They don't understand entrepreneurship. It's dealing with that whole component of broke. It's just broke people. I think that's the thing that drives me insane.
Okay. And have you done anything in your life or in the business that we're currently in to make that better?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I wanted to kind of touch on something, though, too, real quick. The other thing I love about the service-based company is the way that you make money. You acquire a client, and a lot of guys don't do this, so they're not going to what I'm saying is something they haven't even figured out. Most 90% is we acquire clients and we keep them for life. This is not what the service-based company is doing. Like roofing, one time, it's one and done. One and done. We have always built our business where it's one and keep.
Yeah.
We service you for years to come. Follow up. High ticket, low ticket, high ticket. And they feed us.
Because that's important in a business. You got to have a business that when you acquire a customer, you can sell more to that customer. What else are you going to give that customer?
100%.
Now you retain that customer instead of having to find new ones.
Yeah.
And we saw this real quick. Somebody who usually wants us to, clean the outside of their home, also wants us to stain, also wants us to restore, also wants us to build something. And then he compiles and they're only using you for the exterior needs. And there's a lot on the exterior that can get done. And they can use you for the roof, siding, deck. I mean, what? Fans? It's amazing.
Yeah, it's like, hey, Brian, like you acquire all these customers and they're like, all of a sudden you have a slow month, right? Like the thing about markets is that they have ups and downs. They have seasons. But when you have your clientele, it removes that seasonality out of your business because your clients are calling you, hey, I want this deck built. Oh, we can do it. Hey, I need to have that fence stained. Oh, we can do it. Hey, I need a new roof. Hey, we can do it.
Yeah.
And sometimes out of the ordinary, out of nowhere, you'll have a client that's like, hey, can you clear 3 acres of land? And it's wintertime. You're like, well, I will this winter. And it ends up being a $40,000 job that you do in a week. So you have that flexibility where you're like, do I want to do this job? Like, hey, can you guys, what's a weird job that we got? I can't think of it on top of my head, but I can't think of it on top of my head, but there's those little things that come out of nowhere, and you're like, yeah, we'll definitely do that.
Especially because you guys love the challenge. I see that. You guys love, you know what?
Maybe I will.
And you guys love the machinery. So if there's a chance to cut some tree, whatever it is, you're like, I will do that.
Yeah.
It's fun for 100%. The guys. I realize that. And I will tell you the things that I love about it. And I'm telling you, I used to hate the service-based business. I could not stand it. I think in the beginning of our journey, for a multitude of things, I'm going to say first, it was my mindset. I couldn't understand business. I couldn't understand what was taking place. So for me, everything was painful because that was that side of me who hadn't grown to understand, like, you're building a business, you're building a legacy. This is how business work. And I think if I had more understanding like I do today, I would handle things differently. I would see things through different eyes. But I think in the beginning, when we were full-time technicians into our business, it was so painful. Like, it was not exciting at all because we were doing everything. We were struggling with everything. Like, it was up to us to fix everything. And it was very stressful. did not like it at all. I think in this season that we're now with our new business, Shirley Company, is just so exciting and it's so different. I didn't know it could be this different. Like I am excited about my office. I'm excited about the marketing that I'm doing. We're doing social media. When I go to the jobs, it is exciting, like because I have different people doing different things. Like you're no longer on the job. So when you show up, it's because you kind of want to see how everything is going. And our operations guy is like taking full reign of the teams. And it's just so much better when you build it as a business and you're setting people in place to take over, like delegate, and these people take ownership of the office and they love what they do. Like 100%. When your people love what they do better than you do, and when they're better at the job than you ever could be, it's just amazing. And so now in the place that we're in, it's very exciting to me because I see the business growing. I can grow different areas. And it's actually fun.
Yeah. And I wanted to say this for you guys out there who would love to have your wife in your team, right? Because I wanted to have you in my team day one. And you brought a lot to the table. Like we've had the most growth because of you. But I think it's interesting hearing you. I'm like, what I had to do was build an office for you. It was day one that you started somewhat liking your job.
Well, yeah, because in the beginning I was working out of my kitchen table and he's like, what do you expect? I would tell like, you want me to love my job? I'm homeschooling. And then on top of it, I got to sit here and go on the computer on my kitchen table at the same time, take phone calls and do this and that. It was painful.
Yeah. And you were driving like a car you didn't like. And then I'm like, I put you in a brand new truck, diesel, high power, leather seats, and you're like, I kind of like this. Remember? You pull up and you're like, I'm the boss.
Yeah. Everyone was so upset too. When I pull up in the gas station and it's like, oh, this little petite Latina girl is driving this truck. I'm like, yes, I am. And I know how to park and I drive it really well.
Yeah. And it's fast.
It was so much fun. But yeah, like you had to set the foundation. So I think what a lot of guys out there, like if your wife is not involved, I would look at yourself first. I would be like, how are you presenting this in a way that there's a good foundation for her to stand on? Like what you're presenting to her something that is exciting for her to step in? Does it honor her? Does it make you look better? And we had to learn this the wrong way because like when I'm the one answering the phone calls, it does not look good because sometimes you want to choose the person that answers the phone call and nobody wants to choose Brian's wife on the phone call, right? Like there was a time that a guy's like, that lady in the office, you need to put her in her place. You're like, dude, that's my wife.
Yeah,
and he's like, oh.
And he felt awkward. And then it just made the whole thing weird.
Because I'm like, she's like, she needs to be put in her place. I'm like, no.
I said, hold on. Do you owe us money? I'm like, the matter of fact, she was right. and then he heard me being like, yeah, you need to pay it.
Yes, but again, it's like things that we had to learn the wrong way. And now, like we started Shirley Company very different. And that's the advice that I would give people now. Like, you don't have to make the mistakes that we did. Okay. We didn't know.
What I would tell people is I've seen this 1,000 times where I go to a service-based company and the office is very dungeon-like. It's very outdated. It's very cheap. Like, and you already know what I'm saying.
Low energy.
It's low energy. And if I'm like, you guys want to build a brand that's robust and high energy, women are different than men. We will be in a very whatever.
You guys don't care.
And where I got this from was your dad's company. I remember going to your dad's company. They had maids cleaning the building, right? They had coffee on whatever. They had showers, and it was a very high energy environment. You remember how high energy that was?
Yeah.
And then you go to America, the bathrooms are disgusting. Like you guys out there, you have disgusting bathrooms, right?
Yeah.
The office has never been deep cleaned.
Ridiculous.
Ever.
I don't know what it is with the service-based industry, like in people who offer like suppliers for that. It's like sometimes I would go to these places to pick up the paint or whatever.
It's a dump hole.
It's disgusting.
Nobody cleans it. And you know why no one cleans it? Because they don't hire maids. It's like your employees don't want to clean your building. You don't want to clean your building. What did we do?
Oh, we hire a lady.
We hired a lady to clean our building.
Yes.
And she did a way better job than we would ever do.
Yeah. Duh.
So what I'm trying to say, though, is a little bit of why you got so excited about this was because I took it very serious. I'm like, your office needs to be well done.
Yeah. You made it a priority.
The brand needs to be something that you can wear the hat.
Yeah.
Right?
That you're proud to wear the hat.
That you're like, oh, I love our social media team. So it's like, guys, I want to say this, if you want to have massive success in your company, is it attracting women? And if it's not, that's probably a big thing that's missing in your business.
Because a lot of people who hire us are women.
Yeah.
A lot of people who want that stuff to get done in their house are the women.
And a lot of the people who are running our business successful right now are women.
I'm telling you, it's like if you're running a business and you don't have women in your office, I can guarantee you're struggling.
Yeah.
Because you don't know how to stay organized. You don't know how to have systems and processes in the office, which is something that women are really good at. Yeah. It's like right now, the way that it works too so well with Brian and I, we separated our departments where we were doing everything together back in the day. And today we still come together in a lot of things, but there are things that I'm like, this is my arena, don't step on it. Yep. And he's like, this is my arena, you don't step on it. Yep. And he has worked really well.
And we have two offices. There's a shop and there's a headquarters.
Yeah.
The headquarters is not where the shop is. The shop is dirty. It's with tools and all this stuff. We no longer combine those.
And we used to combine. And I was like, no, I don't want to be in the same building as the guys that are coming in with the trucks making loud noises. Like, I'm good.
You'll notice they don't want to either.
They don't want to see me either.
They don't want to see the sales guys. They don't want to see the people who are living a perfect life while they're out there killing themselves.
Correct. You got to separate. It's true. And we made this and it worked so well. Now we respect each other's departments. We have the operations thriving in one way, the office thriving in a different way, and I love it. And women are absolutely incredible. I don't know how you would ever run a business without women, because we've seen business that is run by guys only. I'm sorry. It's just like guys are good in the operation. Now you got to build a business.
It's what Charlie Kirk said. He said, women are great at micro tasks. Men are good at macro tasks.
Correct.
And I'm like, guys, micro task is what makes the business.
Yeah. Same thing as me trying to run this business with a bunch of women out there doing the jobs.
Could you imagine?
What a joke. I know some people are trying. I'm like, stop. Whatever. It's ridiculous. It's like, now.
My guys will run circles around them.
Yes. And it's like, rightfully so.
Here's the thing. It's like our girls run circles around other offices.
Yeah.
Right? Our team runs circles around other teams.
Phenomenal.
All of our guys are in shape. All of them.
You have to be.
If you're fat, we say you're fat.
Yeah.
You need to become skinny.
You ain't going to last.
You ain't going to, we're not even going to go there. No.
I mean, you're going to walk slow to pick up,
fat people are lazy. And it's like, dude, you don't love yourself enough to take care of yourself. Everything. It's like, I go look at your vehicle. Your vehicle is not taken care of. Your house is not taken care of. You don't take care of your body.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, so the guys are in shape. But the girls we're having are next level. So what do they want? They
ladies.
Want sorry, I meant ladies.
Yeah, the ladies. Yeah.
I meant gals. But ladies, they want to have a fun environment. They want to have a marketing team that's killing it. They want to be like bragging to their friends that they work here. Right? Don't you think?
Yeah.
So
and they like things organized, in place. They want everything. They want to know that the customer is going from A, B, C, and D, and they don't want anything in between. So I think guys have a tendency to be like, we'll skip B and C. We'll go straight to D. Women are like, no.
A, B, C, D, E,
that
F,
works.
G. Yeah.
I know it's annoying, but it actually makes where you have a business that is scalable, is profitable, is successful, because you're just following those tasks that women are really good at. So at the end of the day, it has been a big change for us. And I think separating this and hiring the right people and not having to do every single thing on your business has really made it even more exciting for us to run this service-based business now with a better brand. I mean, we have a completely different business now. We really we're very strategic into the way that we were growing this brand. Brian was the one who built it. We are very strategic in the way that we use social media and how we position myself and Brian on social media. There's so much that goes behind it that is helping to make sure that this goes way better than the business we had before.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, I think the reason why I like the service-based business is because you can make money quick and your life can change fast and you can scale quickly. And it's the most amazing, most robust, powerful business you can ever create, where you literally can create teams that run the business for you. So if you're thinking about getting into a business, we started a membership, and me and Nara have perfected this service-based industry. There's so many things I could go into, but if you are out there and you're like, I want to start a service-based company, or you're like, dude, I'm running my service-based business wrong. Well, we have a membership for you. And you guys can join it. It's the, what is it called? The Man She Brags About. The Man She Brags About. My wife brags about me, guys. And I give her a reason to. Right?
Yes.
It's like 50-50.
No, I do today. I love it. I do brag about you today. I think I'm in the best place that I could ever been in my life. And it's been 100% because of you. Yeah. I would not be here without you. You've been the person who, Brian, you took me from a completely wrong mindset. I was so indoctrinated. I had such a limiting beliefs about my life, about the world.
What was
And
possible?
you changed that completely for me. And it wasn't all fun and games. Like you changed, like it was brutal conversations, honest conversation, understanding that I didn't believe in myself. I didn't believe that I could have wealth. I didn't believe I could build a business. I didn't believe I could be a leader. Like, and you, not only you changed that for me, and you like helped me go on this journey where I'm a brand new person now. I have completely different thought patterns. But you also, help you build the foundation for this brand for me to stand on. I'm proudly, saying to everyone, like, I own Charlie Company. I'm the CEO of a Charlie Company. Like, we're running a business. I'm so excited. And you've done this where, like, I look well, our family looks well, our business are thriving, and everybody's on board. Like, I see people in our team, everybody like wants our business to succeed. Everybody's for it. So yeah, I'm so grateful for you. And I'm so excited that you launched this membership. And this membership is mainly Brian. However, you do get to have me once in a while. I jump in and I give you guys my insight because I have a whole different perspective on business and the departments that I'm running here for our business. So yeah.
So if you want to be the man she brags about, because I don't know if you guys saw that, she bragged about me. If you want to be the man she brags about, you know what to do. That's it. Thank you.